Okay, so if you don't mind, I have my own little spiel
Mm,
about Ronda Rousey. I'm starting
Yeah.
from the top and moving down to the bottom. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Okay, so Ronda Rousey, Gina
Yeah.
Carano. Man,
Yeah.
this fight feels like super nostalgic. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. For sure.
More than just pure competition. Both women are returning to after extremely long layoffs. Rousey's elite grappling, and I think everyone thinks that this is the dead giveaway that Rousey should be winning by first round submission. If she establishes her grappling first and
Yep.
doesn't let Carano get any type of pressure build up, it's going to be the main thing she has to worry about. So the key's
Yep.
victory for Rousey if you want to break him down.
Mhm.
Pressure immediately. First tag, fourth tag clinch
100%.
like you used to do back in the day. Avoid prolonged striking exchanges. This is not Holly Holm. We don't want
No.
to do that again. And get the fight to the mat before timing and cardio becomes factors. Now,
Yeah.
Carano, obviously, you want to keep this in the boxing combinations. You want to make Rousey uncomfortable on entries and extend the fight past the early rounds, and that could potentially show up. But I do have Rousey winning this fight first round via armbar.
I respect that. I just can't fathom putting US currency on two 40-year-old women. But if I did, I would put it on Gina Carano.
That's fair.
Ronda Rousey hasn't fought since I was 13 years old. I'm 22. Gina Gina Carano hasn't fought since 2009, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah,
You understand what I mean? Like, if you're gonna go with the value, you go with the plus 350 underdog.
yeah,
By the way, Gina Carano has one loss in MMA, and it was to Chris Cyborg, who was an absolute monster,
yeah,
who Ronda Rousey ducked. So
yeah.
by MMA math, I'm taking Gina Carano at plus 350. If you put a red cent on Ronda Rousey, you should have your debit card snapped in half
No,
and
for
thrown in the
sure,
toilet.
for sure.
I'm taking
I
Gina Carano, but you should I don't just leave it alone. Just
Yeah,
watch the
just
fight.
watch the fight for
Just
good old
watch the
time's
fight.
sake,
Enjoy
because
the
we
fight.
all know Carano has cleaner hands. We know that. All we know that historically, I say
We've
historically,
we've seen Rousey shadow
Rousey has
box.
devastating. She was devastating once she gets a hold of opponents. But like, we're not here to see Ronda Rousey.
She was
She was
devastating
keyword was.
10
Uh,
years ago.
yeah, yeah. That's that. On to the
Yeah,
next one, the fight
next
I'm
fight.
actually looking forward to. Nate Diaz and Mike Perry.
This one's
Oh
easy.
my
This,
God.
as much as I hate to say it, this is an easy pick. Mike
This
Perry
is
is going to brutally knock out Nate Diaz.
really
Yes, brutally knock out Nate Diaz in the third round.
wow. So
Mike Perry.
we're in the same round. We're in the same round, but I'm saying Diaz right there on TKO.
Dude, no way. I
Yes.
I just think
Yes.
Nate Diaz his last fight was in 2022 against the ghost of Tony Ferguson. Um, and that was a competitive fight. As much as I hate to say it,
Yeah, it was crazy.
all Mike Perry has to train in this camp is takedown defense, which
Yeah.
Nate Diaz has terrible takedown defense as it begins with. His only real advantage in this fight is his cardio and his jiu-jitsu. But
Yeah.
in order to
Yeah.
use your jiu-jitsu, you have to get the fight to the ground, which he's not just going to take Mike Perry down and hold him down.
Yeah, no, for
Mike
sure.
Perry is so durable and so tough.
And he's so willing to get there.
He's been actively competing in bare knuckle boxing since he left the UFC. He's been finding areas to compete. He's been boxing, he's been doing bare knuckle. He's
Yeah.
been doesn't matter what sport he's doing, he's getting the reps. Nate
Hmm.
Diaz has not competed since his fight with Tony Ferguson, other than a boxing match with
Jake
Jorge
Paul.
Masvidal and Jake Paul. But either way, there were gloves on. Those are big 12-ounce gloves. You're in a ring, very
Big
limited.
meaty claws.
Mike Perry is going to walk him down.
Mm.
He has nothing to fear on the feet. Nate Diaz does not have power, especially not with 4-ounce gloves, that Mike Perry has to worry about in comparison to bare knuckle fighters throwing rocks at his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
going to cut the cage off, pin him against the cage, and just let loose. I don't think Nate Diaz is going to be durable enough to take that beating. If he
Yeah.
if he does, he has so much scar tissue on his face. I think he's going to get cut open, and the doctor might stop the fight.
Yeah.
He's 40. He's in his 40s, if I'm not mistaken. He's been too inactive, and this is not easy or an intelligent fight to come back to. As much as I love Nate Diaz, I just don't think this is going to be competitive at all. I think Mike
Yeah.
Perry is going to wash him.
So you basically sums up the keys to victory for Perry.
Yeah,
Start violently and fast, cut off the cage instead of chasing, mixing dirty
yeah,
boxing and low kicks. I agree. If Perry doesn't hurt Diaz early, the fight could swing to. If Perry doesn't finish him early, I do feel like this could lean towards the cardio that Diaz has.
For
We
sure.
all know that Diaz has insane cardio.
For sure. We could see
Um,
classic Nate Diaz take over in the third round. He could just really keep it slightly competitive
yeah,
in the early rounds and then
yeah. Or we might see the trolling Nate Diaz at this fight where he just starts walking around
yeah.
the ring.
And
Who
I'd
knows?
honestly rather see that than see him get face planted in front of 30,000 people. I'd
Yeah,
rather see him run around the
yeah,
cage and shake his butt and emote than get brutally knocked out by Mike Perry. But I can only go off the
yeah.
information I have. So I'm going to take Mike Perry. I cannot believe he's only a minus 180. Um, in my opinion, take out a second mortgage, put you know, take take out a life insurance policy, whatever you need to do. I'm rocking with Mike Perry.
All right, I was thinking my Nate Diaz pick.
Yeah, this
Um,
is gonna be the last fight we have to break down.
yeah, for
Um,
sure. I wonder
Jeez,
who wins this fight here. Francis Ngannou and Felipe Lims. If you don't pick Francis Ngannou, you're freaking stupid.
give
All
me
right.
8 seconds.
I'm taking Ngannou by murder. This is arguably someone who could kill you right now. All
It's
right.
not even arguable.
It's not even arguably. It's the truth. I don't know why they put Felipe Lins against someone who is generally
Hmm.
still capable of killing someone. We don't got to
He's
break shit
capable
down
of
for this fight.
being a UFC heavyweight champion today. There's a chance that he could
There's
still be the
there's
UFC heavyweight
nothing to
champ.
break down for this fight whatsoever. There's no keys for victory for
No,
Lins. There's
there's
nothing for
nothing he
that.
can do.
There's nothing you could do.
In Francis's last fight in the UFC, he dominated Cyril Gane, who is fighting for the belt in a month.
Yeah, that's on to the next.
Felipe Lins, by the way, fought in the UFC at light heavyweight at 205, and he's fighting one of the best heavyweights ever in MMA.
I don't. Yeah, yeah,
Francis by murder.
yeah.
Next question.
Junior Dos Santos and Rebeles Espani.
If
Classic
this
veteran
fight,
box. This fight is nice.
if this fight was 20 years ago, I'm taking JDS,
No,
but
for
it's not.
sure.
It's
I'm taking the Spain.
2026.
I'm taking the
Junior Dos
Spain.
Santos is 47.
I'm
He's in
taking the
that
Spain
ballpark.
second round KO.
I'm taking Robelis to Spain by KO in the first 2 minutes. He moves too well. His hand speed is ridiculous. JDS is 40. He's in his late 40s.
Yeah, no, this
At
fight this
at
fight's going
heavyweight,
to be bad.
there's no reason for him to be in there.
There's this
I
is
feel like
this
it's a
is this is
payday.
really bad.
Despain is super dangerous despite what he showed in the UFC. He lost to Austin Lane and Waldo Cortez Acosta, who
Wrestlers.
at this stage in JDS's career will both beat him.
Mhm.
Um, he just moves too well. He's lightning fast for a heavyweight. He has a 7 foot wingspan. I'm not gonna overthink this one. I'm taking Robelis to Spain by KO. I
Yeah.
feel really bad for JDS because in his prime he
You would
dominate.
dog him, yeah, for
He
sure.
would dog Robelis to Spain, but he's in his late 40s. I don't like this matchup, but give me to Spain by KO.
Now this next fight,
That
Mokaev and Moraes. This
got
is the
canceled.
most. It got canceled?
Yeah, Makayev pulled out because Dana White made an announcement. He said anybody that's fighting on this Netflix card is essentially giving up their dreams of ever fighting in the UFC because it's in direct competition with the UFC. So he pulled out of the card, and Adriano Moraes got a short notice opponent who's 11-0. He's very skilled, but Adriano's going to beat him. His
Yeah.
name is Fumi Nakuta. It's a catch weight at 135,
Okay.
but short notice. Moraes knocked out.
Adriano's.
He knocked out Demetrius Johnson. There's not much to
Yeah,
overthink.
there's not much to overthink here.
So
Well, there goes that.
the only other fight that, in my opinion, is still interesting on the prelims is going to be Jason Jackson versus Jeff Creighton.
Mm,
Who, Jeff Creighton is a pretty solid, talented wrestler with like a good jab. He has experience from the Ultimate Fighter,
hmm.
but Jason Jackson is a Bellator champion, former UFC fighter, super talented